Hey, what's good, y'all? Lynx here. Woo! We got night 2 back in the books. It's done. It's over with. WrestleMania 30. What is it? 41. It's in the books. So I will be giving a quick rundown. I'm not gonna be on. It's not an up all night stream. Wait, do I have up all night in the thing? Yep, I do. I gotta take that out. Hold on. This is not an up all night stream. Not at all. I got work in the morning. So I'm gonna give you the WrestleMania night 2 rundown, my quick little recap of it. I'm going to play a little bit of Day of Reckoning 2. And I'm going to, oh man, I gotta do this separately. Oh, and I ain't got your button, hold on. Mix It Up is up, but it's not running. But I see you. Hello, Felicia. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. Let me get Mix It Up going. I had it up and then it stopped. Potato, thank you for stopping by as well. I saw you in here. I don't know if you're still in here. I saw you though. But thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. Hello, Potato. What keeps making that disconnect noise? I don't know what's disconnecting. Don't you start. Hold on. Everything's acting wacky right now. Hold on. All right, we're back. Everything's rocking, everything's rolling, everything's raving. I still don't know why that's doing that. Oh, it's that. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it out. There. Okay. Hopefully that won't cause it to, well, it's still doing it anyway, but it don't matter because I plugged it out. That's probably why it's doing that. I plugged it out. All right. So we're getting through WrestleMania. It's in the books. I wonder if I can pull up. Well, let me go to my history. I just want to pull up the night 2 thing so I can have like a photo where I can like show you guys. All right, here we go. I got it up. All right. Let me show you guys this. Oh no, it's not showing. It's not showing. There we go. All right. All right, there we go. So we're going to get through all of these real fast. We're going to do Day of Reckoning 2, and we're going to do a little bit of Astral Chain, okay? Might be up maybe an hour, hour and a half, depending on how fast I can do this. Well, not an hour, but hour and a half, 2 hours. Yo, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you lurking. My birthday ain't until Wednesday. I still got like, what, another 3 days? I got another 3 days before my birthday. My birthday's on Wednesday, but I appreciate the birthday love regardless. Thank you very much for that. You did not have to do that, but you did it anyway. And I will always be grateful for that. All right, so I want to get through. I'm going to go through in the order that they presented it on the show and just work our way up, right? So the first match, hold up. I got to do my little thing. Enhance. I think I enhanced too much. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Whatever. Who cares? I like that. Better safe than sorry. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I feel you. I feel you on that. So we got the Women's World Championship match. They just came in hot, right? Ready to drop this off. The Women's World Championship match. Io Sky defends her title against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. I had Bianca Belair winning this whole thing. I thought we'd get an interference from Jade. I thought we'd get an interference from Naomi or both. Some capacity with that, like a lot of moving parts there. They did not do that. They were hitting a lot of moves, hitting each other hard too. Like they were putting like some stank on the moves, like the slams, you can feel them, right? Very hard hitting match, slaps, kicks, all that stuff. I've said it once. I'll be saying it again. I'm going through, hey, Almost Natural Gaming. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. I'm going through the whole thing right now. So I'm going to work my way from the bottom up. I watched the entire event. We're going to go through it. I'm starting with the first match and working my way up. So, hitting each other very hard, doing all these big moves. I've been saying it once, I'll say it again. Rhea and Io do not have chemistry, okay? Bianca and Rhea clearly do. Like, she got chemistry with both women. You can make the argument that Bianca was put in this match solely to make sure that everything went well with the moving parts. I'm not saying that Io sucks or Rio sucks and that they can't wrestle or any stupid shit like that, okay? What I'm saying is chemistry is very important when it comes to wrestling. Like wrestlers will tell you all the time, when they lock up, they know if they got something special or not just from a lockup, right? These two lock up and just their timing is all off. One's faster than the other, one's slower than the other. They can never really get in sync. Whereas like Bianca can get in sync with either of them at all times. Whether it be Bianca and Rhea when they had their takeover match, or when Bianca and Io had their match in Puerto Rico at Backlash a couple of years ago, okay? Regardless, great match, fantastic match, right? And by the end of it, it's a lot of sequences, like a lot of riptides hit, a lot of KODs and all that stuff. Bianca hit a KOD on Ripley, and Io hit the over the moonsault while Bianca was going for the pin, but she hit the over the moonsault on Bianca and then pinned Bianca, which means she retained her title. Io is still the women's world champion. This is what happens when both women kept trying to overlook her and like look past her, thinking that, oh, that one of them were going to beat her anyway, and then she ends up beating both of them, right? Even though I had Bianca winning, you know, I'm 0-1 at this point. But congratulations to Io Sky for her victory. Much appreciated. Much well-deserved victory. All right. So then the next match we got, I know it's up here, not that match, we're getting to that match, is the Sin City Street Fight, okay? Between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, right? I had, going into this match, I had Damian Priest, I was like, he needs this win because he got main event potential all over him, but he is losing that because he's getting lost in the shuffle with all these other guys. So he needs a win to like establish himself to make sure that he can stay in that contention, right? Stay in that scene, stay in that nook. Drew similarly needed a win as well for that same reason. He took a lot of losses in 2024 and he needed to show that like, yo, I'm not just a punching bag. I may hate you, but I still need to win. I need this hatred to fuel me as a motivator to beat you and get back into the title picture. So very hard hitting match, like two old school giants just slugging on each other, right? Hitting a lot of big moves. Damian Priest did not do that leg move that I was so happy, so very happy he didn't do that move where he runs, his opponent's on the outside. He runs to the ropes, bounces off the middle rope with his 1 foot and hop over. Ever since that incident last year, I think it like last year's Backlash or whatever, or no, yeah, it was Backlash France. Ever since that incident last year, he hasn't really done that move since. So I'm so happy he didn't bust it out here because it was WrestleMania and this would have been the time to do it, but he didn't do it. I'm not so happy. Hey, Daryl, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. I'm doing pretty well. Thank you very much for the check-ins. How are you doing? I hope all is well.
Bang, bang, bang.
But yeah, this was a very hard-hitting match. The finish of the match was Damian Priest trying to go for his old school. He got the Undertaker's old school move where he walks the ropes. And Damian Priest had Drew McIntyre had set up tables outside the ring earlier in the match. So when Priest went for the old school move, McIntyre countered by pushing Priest through the tables. Then when he got Priest back up into the ring, there was already a chair set up for some spot that was going to happen. And then Priest crawled up and put his head next to the chair, ate a claymore into the chair, into the post, rolled into the ring, 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest got the W. Okay, I'm 0-2 at this point. I'm still enjoying the show, regardless of whether or not my predictions are right or not. I'm not one of them goofy ass wrestling fans that be like, they didn't fantasy book it my way, so therefore all of it is bad. I can't stand those fucking fans. I'm glad you're doing great, Daryl. Thank you. It's so good to see that you're doing great. But yeah, so I'm 0-2. Damian Priest said that he couldn't breathe after the match. I'm assuming he's selling because I didn't see a follow-up or anything of him having any issues. I hope there's nothing bad, but I just assumed he was selling because I didn't see a follow-up. Yeah, that was a really good match. So we had 2 banger matches back to back. Hey, D-Boy, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you for the love. So those are 2 banger matches back to back between the women's match and the street fight. So now, what was match number 3? I honestly, hold on, I'll know it when I see it. What was match number 3? No, that wasn't match number 3. That wasn't either. We got them all here. So it must be this. It was this. All right. So, fatal 4-way match for the Intercontinental Championship. Thank you for having me tabbed up. Much appreciated. Happy Easter, happy 420, and if you don't celebrate either of those, just happy Sunday. Okay? Much appreciated for you stopping by. We got the Intercontinental Championship fatal 4-way match. We had Braun Breaker defending his title against Penta, Finn Balor, and that guy over there, Dom Mysterio. I had Dom Mysterio winning this match. Okay, like I called 2 predictions in this match actually. I had Dom winning, number 1, and I had no, even if I was wrong about Dom winning, I was like 1,000% sure Braun Breaker is going to lose that title. The reason why I was sure of that is because WWE is ready to pull the trigger on this guy, meaning that he's going to be in the world title picture and he's going to become a world champion by the end of this year. I said the exact same thing about Gunther last year at his match against Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I was like, Sami's winning, so that way they can push Gunther to the world title scene. 2-3 months later, Gunther became world champion. Okay? It's Braun's time right now. So I want that to, so I was like, he's gonna lose the belt. Match goes off, everybody hitting their shit. Penta's loving it, strutting his stuff, right? Braun hitting all these super moves, a huge pounce, flying over Finn and Dom to pounce onto Penta. That was cool as hell. Spears all over the place. There was a spot where like Finn Balor was in control, and then Dom hit him from the back and tried to set him up for a 619 to where Finn caught him. It was like, what the hell are you doing? Then start beating the hell out of Dom, right? So now it's really any man for himself because Finn and Dom are Judgment Day, but you know. So the finish of the match, what was the finish of the match? Oh my goodness. I know Dom hit a frog splash. And by the way, Dom was getting cheered a lot too in this match. He was getting cheered a whole lot. They was reacting to his 3 Amigos and all this other stuff. I think if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he did a frog splash on Finn Balor. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, he hit the 619, the frog splash to pin. Yes, but it was both on Finn Balor. And he beat Finn, and then he left. And I think the production crew was like, no, we got to kill time for the ad. Get back out there and celebrate. And he ran all the way down to the ring and celebrated some more. And I know Liv must have been so happy that Daddy Dom brought home some gold, right? It shouldn't matter to Finn anyway, because it's in the Judgment Day. That should be the important thing, right? But yeah, like I said, I didn't see Braun winning this at all. They're gonna shoehorn him into the main title scene. They're gonna slowly push Dom into being a babyface because he's slowly getting cheers, which means Finn is going to turn on him at some point, and Penta is going to find some way to get back into the Intercontinental title scene too. They're pushing him way too much for this to be the end of his road. What do we got next? Okay, I'm gonna put this here, but this is not the next match. Yep, but I was hoping Penta would come over with the win. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he had a lot of momentum going into that, so I could definitely see why people would make him as a Intercontinental Champion winner and all that stuff. Especially since he barely been pinned. I think he only been pinned twice. Like he got pinned once in a tag match, and he got pinned once in a singles match. But other than that, he's been on like a hot streak. So that's why I said I don't think his momentum's going to stop, but he'll be back. Like if anything, it'll be Penta. They'll try to find a way to put Penta back in the IC title picture, because I know Dom is not a babyface yet, so they can still have Penta go after him one more time before they switch something up. Also, keep this in mind, everyone. WWE doing another draft in a month. Okay, after Backlash, a lot of people are going to go to different brands and all that stuff. People that are once on Raw are going to SmackDown and vice versa. They're going to be call-ups from NXT. They're going to come up. So they're going to shake things up. So keep all of this in mind. So we might see Penta on SmackDown, Phoenix on Raw, something like that. Maybe both of them on the same show. So they're definitely going to have plans for Penta, whatever they do. Now, like I said, I'm keeping this match here, but this is not the next match on the card. And this only because this graphic thing don't have the next match. The next match is Randy Orton versus a mystery partner. Okay? This, to me, is when the show took a hit. Everything was good up until this point. I thought the three matches we had were bangers. It was this match that made everything 180 for me for this show. Well, not completely 180, but that's when like the heat is starting to cool off. Penta brings back the early Ray era feel. I would hate for him to go to the same road as Sin Cara. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Not with him. What I would like to see happen, and I don't know how they'll do this, I want Dragon Lee to go heel. He is huge untapped potential, and they're wasting him in the LWO. I want him to go heel and just go on his own. Hey, Sleepy, thank you for stopping by. Much appreciated. I would see more of the happy Sunday to you too. I would see more of Penta's brother Ray Phoenix, given that old school Ray feel, especially some of the stuff I've seen him do in MLW and Lucha Underground and even AEW. But well, I can definitely see, I will always, even though I see that more with Ray, I'm like you, I'm more of a bigger Penta fan than I am a Phoenix fan. But yeah, Randy versus a mystery opponent. Randy comes to the ring dressed in his 04 gear. He has his retro gear on. I haven't seen him wear those tights or like that design and all that stuff since like maybe 2004, 2005. That Day of Reckoning game I played last night, if I'd have picked him, you would have seen he had those tights on. Thank you for the check-ins, much appreciated. So, yes, thank you very much. So Randy came to the ring, everybody singing the theme song, it's all good. He'd tell people like, yo, I'm ready for my opponent, who's it gonna be? Mad silence, right? Camera pans to the entrance. We're waiting for the person. And then it's, say his name and he appears. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, God. This idiot, right? Joe Hendry comes out. Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, makes his WrestleMania debut against Randy Orton to be Kevin Owens' replacement, right? Let me just get through the match before I say what I'm going to say. Joe Hendry comes out, does his shtick, right? The bell rings. They do like a couple of moves. It's a comedy spot, catches an RKO, 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match. Randy Orton does a comedy spot, taunts to the crowd, end of the segment. All right. Now, I'm not going to do the whole speculation thing on who it could have been, who it rather have been, all this stuff. None of that matters. My rant is on Joe Hendry. Okay? He said, I knew it was going to be Joe Hendry with all the pros they've been doing with him and everything all over Facebook. I couldn't fathom who it was going to be. I didn't see any of that. I couldn't fathom who it was going to be. I was just been like, I just hope it's a worthy opponent for Randy, and it was not. This was just to get Joe Hendry some exposure because he's already technically under a contract with WWE. He is, but isn't. So I get the purpose of why they did this, and I know there's a lot of Joe Hendry fans. I'm just not one of them. The guy doesn't have it. He has an entrance theme, okay? That's his whole thing. His whole thing is people love the entrance theme. They love waving their hands from side to side and all that shit, and then the bell rings and none of y'all care. Or the vast majority of you don't. Let me not be hyperbolic. The vast majority of you don't care. You see that with his TNA stuff. We've seen that with other stuff in the indies and all that stuff. He's just a comedy guy with a shit-eating grin, and there's nothing exciting about him beyond the 1 minute song. And I like the song. I'm gonna say that for the record. I do like the song, but what else is there? Like, he's not even like Bobby Roode, right? He's not even Bobby Roode, where it's like Bobby Roode had the glorious theme song and he came to the ring, and like, yeah, his personality was boring, but you still got some solid matches out of him. You're not even getting that from Joe Hendry. It's just like a comedy goof the entire time. You say he reminds me of Zack Ryder from the early Cena days. I can't agree with that. Because Zack Ryder is more than his theme song. Zack Ryder can still get you a good match. When he was doing the U.S. title stuff back then, that was still really good. Like, he had a comedy character, I will admit, but he was more than his theme song. Like, he had the things that like made you want to gravitate to him, like the way he was using the internet and stuff. It wasn't just like he comes out old radio and then the music stops and it's just like, all right, now we're sitting on our hands. I would say Joe Hendry is more like a European Enzo without the charisma, where it's like Enzo is great on the mic, comes out, says his stuff, got the theme song playing, all that stuff. Soon as the bell ring, oh no, we're watching the Enzo match. This is terrible. So, but yeah, that match was shit. And it really dragged down the entire thing. The worst match of both nights, by the way. I'm glad it was mercifully short, but it was a terrible match. Let me see. The only good thing about it was, well, I won't say the only good thing. The RKO when he turned around to smile, that was cool, but also it was a short match, so that was a saving grace from it. Anyway, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Let's talk about a better match. Now, I wish this was an okay match. I thought this was going to be like a great match. Like, this was one of the few matches I had like high anticipation for. It was like the Naomi Jay Cargill from night one. It was LA Knight and Jacob from night one, and this, right? Oh, of course, the main event. But yeah, this kind of was a little underwhelming. I enjoyed it, but I just had high expectations for it. I thought they were going to do a lot more. It was a lot slower than I would have liked it to be. And the match went longer because of that. So it went longer than what it should have been. But yeah, it wasn't a bad match by any stretch of the imagination. It just wasn't what I envisioned when I see AJ Styles and Logan Paul on WrestleMania. But they did a lot of stuff. AJ, he got hit with his own move, the Styles Clash, and then countered and hit Logan with the Styles Clash, which I really enjoyed. Logan hit AJ with a, I call it the buckshot lariat because that's what Adam Page calls it on AEW. I think Michael Cole said slingshot clothesline lariat. I'm like, that's a mouthful. We got to shorten that. We got to, Logan Paul got to come up with a name for that or something. We had a spot with Jeff, Logan Paul's podcast co-host. He brought out some brass knucks or whatever to where Karrion Kross stopped Jeff from doing that. And then AJ came out, beat up Jeff, sent him packing. Then Karrion is trying to reason with him. He's like, you're the last hope for guys of our era. We can't have guys like him beat guys like you. Like, you can't let him win. Under no circumstance can you let him win. Please use these knucks, wipe him out, send him back packing where he came from, right? He's pleading with AJ to do the right thing for the boys, right? AJ throws the knucks away, punches Karrion, goes back in the ring, and tries to fight Logan. Logan gets the upper hand, finishes off AJ with the pulverizer. I really like that finisher, by the way. It looks like some shit that you will see on Def Jam Fight for New York, or one of those like the SmackDown versus Raw games where you create your finisher. It looks like one of those. But yeah, he got hit with the pulverizer. 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul wins. I had Logan Paul winning that match. By the way, the previous match I had Orton winning, but I had Logan Paul winning this match. Logan Paul won. And we'll see what happens next with AJ, because I know they're going to continue the story with AJ and Karrion Kross. I really think Karrion Kross is going to get a push this year too. I'm hoping for greater things with Karrion Kross because he's a really, really good talent. So he's just one of many guys that's lost in the shuffle that just needs an opportunity to shine. So hopefully he gets that this year and he can do it with AJ Styles, since they already have like a built-in storyline anyway. Let me see who's next. There's one more match before the main event, I believe. I think it's this, right? Yeah, it's this. All right, so it's the women's tag team championship match. It's Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Lyra Valkyria. That's her right here, but not Bayley. Bayley was mysteriously attacked backstage on SmackDown. We don't know who did it. We're speculating that it was Liv and Raquel, but we don't know. So now Lyra had to go in there with a mystery opponent. Okay. Or I'm sorry, mystery partner. I didn't know half these ladies. Liv been around for a long time. She's only gotten better within the last like 2-3 years though. She was part of the Riot Squad back in the day. Raquel Rodriguez, she shined through in the Mae Young Classic back in 2018, 2019, when they was doing the Mae. They need to bring back the Mae Young Classic too. That all women's tournament. Oh, they were so great. And a lot of them are in WWE right now. But that's where Raquel got her most of her shine. She's also like a multi-time women's tag team champion, especially in NXT. And Lyra Valkyria, who's also come from NXT, I think a former NXT women's champion. And now she's the current women's Intercontinental champion, the first and only women's Intercontinental champion so far. She's still